Welcome back to Between Bells. Hipmunk is a travel planning site that's embraced cutting-edge technology such as AI and chatbots to help out travelers. Now they're inviting users to test out some of their latest ideas in their new Hipskunk Labs. Here to tell us more is CEO Adam Goldstein. Adam, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey there, thanks for having me.
Okay, so let's break it down. What's making Hipmunk different than all those other travel booking sites out there like Expedia, Kayak, Priceline, you know, all those big guys?
There's a few different things that make Hipmunk better than the other travel sites. One is that we search a much broader set of choices than anyone else. So we're the only site where you can find flights, trains, and private jets side by side. We're also the only site that shows you hotels and Airbnbs and other vacation rentals side by side. And instead of sorting the results based on price, we sort them based on the least agonizing options. So we sort by agony. You can find what's best for you. In addition, we've really honed in on a millennial audience, frequent travelers who know exactly what they're looking for, but are using lots of different devices. They might be searching on their phone, or on Facebook Messenger, or on the desktop. So we provide this selection, and we take the agony out of planning on all these different platforms.
Is there a large millennial base that's getting private jets and planes?
Not yet, but we think they will as their earning power increases and they start to experiment with it. We think it's actually growing nicely for us.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of those people that has a couple different apps on my phone that I scour to find the best prices.
I thought you were about to say I'm one of those people that flies on a private jet all the time.
No, I was going back to what you briefly said. And then once I compare, and they each give me different options though. Like all these different apps, whether it's Hopper, Skip, like whatever, they're showing me different best prices. So, do you guys favor something, or are people, how are they really aggregating what is the best possible price?
Yeah, so we get results from dozens of other travel sites. We work with major travel agencies. We work directly with airlines and with train companies and with, hotel companies and others. And we search across all of them at the same time so that we can pull together the best results for you.
Okay.
And you guys also have an assistant that does a lot of this stuff too, a voice assistant called Hello Hipmunk, right? So this is kind of like part of the millennial thing that makes it easier for us because we're such in a voice command kind of area anyway.
Yeah, so we've got a chatbot that you can access on Facebook Messenger, on Skype, and on Slack. You can also give us access to your calendar, and if you do that, then we'll automatically suggest to you the flights and hotels that make sense for your upcoming trips. So whatever way you want to interact with us, whether it's on desktop or in a chatbot or on your phone or passively by just having us email you based on your calendar, we can do all of that for you.
And what's the benefit of being in a Facebook Messenger or a Skype, Slack-like platform? Why did you choose these platforms?
Well, in the spirit of taking the agony out of planning travel, we really wanted to understand what kinds of things people would ask for when they could ask for anything. And the thing about a search form on a phone or on a desktop is that you're constraining what people can ask. You're saying you have to know exactly where you're going and exactly when you're going there. And it turns out that a lot of people don't. And so on Facebook Messenger, on Slack, or on Skype, or any other chatbot platform, people can ask us whatever they want. And we will try our best to understand, is it the case that they found where they want to go, but they don't know when? Or are they looking for when to go somewhere, they don't know, because they know already where they're going to go? Whatever it is, we can try to understand that. And we learn from our users based on the data set that we're collecting from all of their chats.
So earlier this month, you guys launched a Hipmunk's Labs, which kind of creates a lot of different content and stuff like that. So how does that kind of integrate with your traveling, like how you guys are booking travel and everything?
Yeah, so we launched a skunkworks, which we call Hipskunk, which is basically a way for us to test out new ideas about how people might want to search for and book travel. None of these are things that we're sure about yet, but we wanted to put them out into the world so that we can see how people react. As one example, you can now, while you're shopping for hotels, you can actually look at videos of particular hotels, their lobbies and their rooms, without having to go directly to that hotel's website. You can look at maps of where you might want to travel to and so on. And so it's really just an experimentation site for us before we roll anything out to all of our users.
Adam, I'm noticing a little trend. You got the little chipmunk, you got the little skunk. I mean, what's the theme here? Is there any relevance to the name of Hipmunk?
Yeah, well, we picked the name Hipmunk because we couldn't find a domain name that was available that had anything to do with travel. And so Hipmunk seemed like a good opportunity for us to get a memorable mascot, and it's turned out to be a huge win for us. You think about the other companies in the industry; they're all about cheap or names that have nothing to do with travel. Ours is memorable and has a unique mascot, and people love wearing our T-shirts and hoodies.
Yeah, he's really cute, that little guy.
She thinks everything's really cute. It's fine. But how are you guys really kind of going after the millennial audience? You mentioned obviously that you're seeing a demand and a want of like private jets and all that stuff, and other areas, Airbnb. But how are you guys trying to really market yourselves to the millennial audience and capitalize on us?
Yeah, well, there's a few different things. One of it starts with just being present where frequent millennial travelers are. So that means being on platforms like Facebook Messenger, being on Slack. Another thing that we've been doing is focusing our energies on putting out stories that are relevant to millennial travelers. Things about where to go, or what sorts of things to bring with them when they're traveling, or other things that people can subscribe to as part of our email list that are just relevant content for millennial travelers. But the most important thing is just having a product that's built with them in mind, because millennial travelers talk about their favorite travel tools all the time. They talk about it with their friends, they talk about it on Facebook, they talk about it on Twitter. So when we have things like sorting by agony, which no other travel site does, that's something that really resonates with our target audience, and it's something that they love talking about with their friends.
Would you ever expand to like WhatsApp? I know a lot of people that do group chats on WhatsApp since they launched that new feature, and that would be like such an easy way to be planning travel.
Yeah, we have plans to expand to a bunch of different chat platforms in the future. As long as that's where our audience is, we want to be there.
Yeah.
Adam Goldstein, CEO and co-founder of Hipmunk, thanks so much for enlightening us.
Yeah, I'm going to try it out.
You're welcome, and may your travel have as little agony as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.